Seems legit. Laser.
Hello my legitimates and welcome back to another awesome laser video. I am focusing on Father's Day's gifts for the next week. And so here you can see I've made a Mandalorian themed clock, which just looks amazing. So let's get down to it. I bought a squirty bottle, but it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to go with a paintbrush. This is a borax solution that I am painting on here. So I basically did 2 cups of warm water to 1/3 of a cup of borax and then poured it into my squirty bottle, which didn't work, which was very sad. I'd only just purchased it. But basically you just want to make sure all the wood is wet and then leave it to dry before we take it back inside to the laser. Let's set up our laser. So this is the design. XCS will actually open the DXF files, which are, I don't know what they are, but they open, which is awesome. So this is the design here. I don't know why it came up so small, but that's fine. It's a vector, so we can enlarge it quite easily. I want to get rid of all those little lines, so I've just clicked the vector compound button, and then I've done engrave just to make sure that it looks good. Now, to do the edge of the clock, I'm just going to do a circle at 298 millimeters because I decided that that's a good size. It's about 2 mils smaller than the laser will do, so it won't hit the edges, and it'll look nice. So I'm going to set the circle to red because I like to have my cuts as red, and I always cut 3 mil basswood is what I pick. I don't know what kind of wood mine is. It's from Bunnings. So I use those settings, but I do 2 passes and not just one, just to make sure that it definitely cuts all the way through. And then we're going to come here and pick our engraving depth and power and stuff. So I'm going to pick something quite dark. I probably didn't need to because I put the borax on, but this was my first time trialing it. So I'm going to make this 1 millimeter smaller than the circle, just to make sure it doesn't cut off any of my design. And we also need a hole in the middle to push the clock mechanism through. Now I measured it with some calipers and it was 8 millimeters. So we can just go ahead after I've set it to cut with the 2 passes, because always 2 passes, I can then go and actually change its size to the 8 millimeters. So it should be a perfect circle. Now to line everything up perfectly, we select it all and then come over here to the alignment thing and click the bottom one, and it centers everything. So if I zoom in here, the little circle's also in the middle and both cut lines are red. So now I'm just going to shift this over to the side. I know that I'm going to line up my wood somewhere over there, of which I'm going to show you. I don't love that the easy set panel floats. It kind of annoys me, but you know, you do what you do. All right, so everything's lined up. There's a tiny bit of a gap. We are now going to mark our wood. So I've set it up. We're going to click the button and it'll come up with a little red dot that you can see there. And then when you do the opposite corner, it shows you the shape that you've drawn. And then you click end marking and then done. And that's it. So now I just need to take my design and put it inside of those markings. So we're going to scooch it over, line it all up. I made it about 2 mil bigger, the piece of wood. I cut it just a smidgen bit bigger so that I don't run into any flat parts on my circle, because that would be disastrous. Would not look pretty. So then I'm just going to recheck to make sure that all my colors, if you click on the colored dot down here, it will just highlight everything and you can check what settings you've got on them. Now I clicked processing and you can see here it's saying that you need to slow down because it has, when it overscans, it might not work out great. So it's saying it's too fast for the position it's in. So there's one option where you can come and just slow it down like this. It obviously will take longer, but it might help the problem. So I've picked a lesser setting, like a slower setting. Try again. And it's going to come up with the same thing. So what this means is I need to move my bit of wood into the middle of the machine. So we're going to do that again now. We're going to click rectangle. I'm going to grab the bit of wood, shift it into the middle. This will allow overscanning on both sides, which will just be better. So again, we're going to mark it. I'm using a different corner. It's fine. You can use whichever 2 corners you want. Generally speaking, I use these 2, but sometimes I do it the other way just to be fun. Drag it down, line up the crosshatch, and then click end marking. And so now again, we're going to have to come and line up our design onto the bit of wood. And this is why I love this function. This laser just is amazing. So again, we're going to line it up. You can see here I have not lined it up. It's a little bit over. You can also hit Control A and it will highlight all, which I love that little feature. And if you've just got a little tiny bit you need to move, you can move the up key arrow and it will just shift it very slight amount. But we're now inside all the lines and we can now go to processing. You can also go back and speed it back up if you want to as well. I forgot to do that, but it is the option. Now I know this is not recording terribly well. I can't fix that. It is what it is. But yeah, you can see here it's going all the way across because we made it a compound vector instead of all those individual bits. So this will stop the laser jumping around everywhere, which will also speed up the overall time it takes to laser this. I also missed the start bit because I set up the camera and it shifted and I didn't notice. So I had to chop the first bit off, but you get the idea. Now it's up to clear gloss. I also sanded the edges with my Dremel. I forgot to record that bit though, so sorry about that. And I'm going to put 2 coats of gloss on just to make sure it's nice and shiny. And then we're just going to install the clock mechanism. So this is after the second coat. We're going to take all the handles. So I've got the minute, second, and hour, which is awesome. You can buy these for about $8 at Spotlight. We're going to unscrew the nut and then push it up from the bottom, screw the nut back on, and then tighten it as tight as you can. You can also grab a shifter or a spanner if you've got one handy. I get it pretty tight by hand though, so that's fine. And then we just install the clock hands. So it goes hour, minute, and second, and they'll only fit on in one order. And that's simple. After the hands are on, you can put a battery in and hang it and off you go. These make a great gift for friends, especially for Father's Day because it's coming up. And that's all. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!